Yep, I'll take Jiraiya.
Yeah, you can start. That's fine.
Okay, are you aware of the statement where it just says that like Jiraiya's ninjutsu is surpasses that of like the other villagers?
No.
All right, sure, I'll send that. Hold up. I'll send it in general because I don't know. There's no scan chat. If you want the page, like the front of the page, I can send that too. Doesn't matter.
That's fine. Just send me.
All right, hold up. Let me just find that.
Where would you be
Just say
going with this?
okay. This would just be above the way Kage is lightning cloak.
Like, what do you mean? You think
Hold
his
up.
ninjutsu would be stronger than his, or
Yeah, it just says that like from his time training at Mount Mobiku that have surpassed that of the other nations since the time of the Shinobi Wars. So it's like he's training in the sense of combat, right? So then if he gives us context and says that like he's training at a mountain, right? And therefore his ninjutsu surpasses that of the villagers since the war, right? That would just entail that like his ninjutsu is above the ninjutsu of the other villages in the sense of combat, right? Which would just be speed and AP.
and then from there, would you try to say like Raikage to KCM1 above Sage Mode?
Yep.
Yeah, you know why that's.
What would you say?
I said you know why that's contradictory, right?
Oh, why is that contradictory?
Yeah. So, are you aware that Jiraiya's Master Rasengan is stated to use a maximum amount of chakra?
No, but you can send that.
Okay, sure. I sent in general.
Okay, an instant dry can in an instant dry creates an extra milestone.
No, ignore that. Read the bottom.
A whirlwind of maximum chakra.
Yeah. Are you aware how
Okay.
ninjutsu functions? Like what determines its strength?
Yeah, there's multiple things that determine its strength. That's just high
Chakra
text. It
amount.
says a whirlwind of maximum chakra. What does maximum chakra mean? Because we know that like Shinobi don't even have access to 100% of the chakra. So if you just took this statement to be like literal, it just be contradictory and self defeating.
I'm
So I
not
don't
saying
think we
no,
can
no,
take
no.
it
I'm not
literal.
Page. I'm not saying he utilizes all of his chakra. I'm saying
Okay.
this would be his strongest ninjutsu in his arsenal.
Okay, I don't think that.
Are you aware how? Are you aware what maximum means
How do you come to that conclusion?
by the definition of maximum?
Okay, I just told you that like if we were looking at it literally, right, it wouldn't make
No,
sense and it
I'm
would be
no Page. I'm
contradictory.
not arguing literacy, as in all of his chakra. I'm just
Okay, then I'll just give an equal interpretation. Maximum
can I
chakra is just like
finish
it's just that like okay, sure you can finish.
off the basis of ninjutsu's description on what determines its strength and the definition of maximum. I would conclude that this is his strongest ninjutsu in his arsenal.
Okay, and I would just say that like okay, since we know the
Hold
statement
on.
is not taken to be literally,
Do
right?
you want the scan?
Hold up. Let me give my interpretation first. Okay, so since we know that like what do you call it? We can't take the statement literally since it would just be contradictory, right? I'll just come to my interpretation that like this is just his is like a biggest Rasengan, right? Because this whole like text is about his Rasengan. So if we just like don't take it literally, we can't come to the conclusion that this is just like the strongest ninjutsu in his entire arsenal. So we
Page.
just have to like make do of the context we're given. That is like a description of the ninjutsu itself, and say, okay, this is just like the biggest
Okay,
Rasengan you can make.
hold on. You know, something being literal or taken literal in this context would literally mean that it's all of his chakra.
Okay, and I already explained why it can't be all of his chakra, which you have no contention
I'm
with.
not. No,
You
I'm
literally
not
said
claiming it's
yourself.
all of it.
Then what are you claiming?
I'm claiming it's his strongest ninjutsu off the
Okay, yeah,
basis of the way
yeah,
ninjutsu
okay,
is described.
I, yeah, I've heard your explanation for
Yeah.
it.
Do you want the scan of it?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
That
Is
chakra
your
amount.
scan?
Hold on.
Is
That
your
chakra
scan?
amount determines its strength.
I'm gonna ask you a question because I know what you're gonna say. Okay, so is your scan being relevant contingent on the fact that you've proven that he would use the most chakra he can use in a ninjutsu in this attack?
Hmm.
Because your scan says that like okay the most chakra makes it stronger, right? If the more chakra is, I'm saying I'm not going to contend that as of right now, right? Because the only reason that scan can even come into play is if you were able to prove that like he'd use all of his chakra or the most he can into that attack. Okay, you understand that?
No, I would. Why would I need to prove that?
because you said that like the strength of ninjutsu, right? It works depending on like how much chakra you put into it, right? I'm
Yeah.
saying that like if you can't even prove he put the most amount of chakra he can into the ninjutsu, then that wouldn't matter.
No, I'm saying that this ninjutsu is the one that he puts the amount of chakra into, the greatest amount.
Yeah, okay, you've already
Yeah.
argued that. You've given an interpretation. I've given an
Yeah.
equal
What you're
interpretation.
saying doesn't
Therefore, it
contest what
defeats
I'm
your
saying.
like it defeats your argument. So you weren't able to
It
prove
doesn't.
that like he'd put the maximum amount of chakra he can in general out of all ninjutsu into this specific ninjutsu.
That's
So we
not
can
what
just
I'm
move
claiming
on.
in the first place.
Yes, you are. You just said that the
No.
maximum amount
I'm
of
saying
chakra.
in this ninjutsu, he puts the most.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that like, oh my god, I'm just saying that like I've already defeated that interpretation.
No, you
So we
haven't.
can move on.
What are you
Okay,
talking
you
about?
can think that. We can move on. I don't
I'm
care
gonna
to hear
send
you
you the scan
rambling at
of
this
how
point.
ninjutsu functions because I
Okay,
don't
you can
think you
send it. I
understand.
don't really care. I didn't contest it. I've already defeated your
I'm gonna
interpretation
send
as
it.
to why,
I
like,
don't think you
we'd
have.
use all
I
of his
don't think
chakra.
you have.
You don't have to. We can move on. What's wrong
Hold
with
on.
you?
No, hold on. I'm not finished. I want to get this point across
Sure.
because I don't need to persuade you.
Okay, so if you haven't like completely
Run the
argued
scan.
everything,
Use it. Okay, here it is. The
okay,
large
that is very
chakra.
nice. Do you have anything else to say?
Hmm.
I said that is very nice. Do you have anything else to say as to this specific point, or can we move on?
Okay, so I'm just gonna restate my argument just so it's like gets across because I don't think you're understanding it. So my premise here was that in this ninjutsu, Jiraiya uses his maximum amount of chakra. And what I meant by that was in this ninjutsu, he puts the most, and then off the basis of the description of ninjutsu, what determines its strength, this would be his strongest ninjutsu. Page didn't really have any refutation of that. He just made this weird, like, well, can you prove that he uses all of his chakra? And I never claimed that in the first place.
Okay, since you repeated your argument, I'll repeat my refutation. We can't take the statement literally since it would be contradictory. Therefore, I'll just use the context of this being like a description of the Rasengan to say all the statement means is putting the maximum amount of chakra he does in Rasengans into this attack. So it wouldn't be all jutsu in general. Okay, we can move on.
You know, that's circular, right?
Why is it circular?
You're saying he puts this amount of chakra into the Rasengan. Well, the Rasengan itself is the giant Rasengan or massive Rasengan. That's the name of the jutsu.
Do you know that all of Jiraiya's Rasengans aren't the same size?
Hmm?
Do you know that all of Jiraiya's Rasengans aren't the same size?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying the reason this
Okay,
was
if you
described as
understand that, what are you talking about?
I'm saying the reason this one's described as a massive Rasengan is because of the amount of chakra put into it.
Okay, and what I'm saying is that like that's the description, that's the difference. All this is saying is that like this is not the same as the smaller Rasengan. In this one, he's putting the most amount of chakra you can put into a Rasengan for himself, right? Therefore, all this puts this Rasengan above is his normal Rasengan. It doesn't put it above like all his other ninjutsu.
I'm
I don't
saying
know what's so hard to understand about
I'm
that.
saying this jutsu is the one he puts the most chakra in. Therefore, it's the
Okay,
strongest.
that's your interpretation. I've given a
No,
different
that's literally
interpretation.
what it is.
We can move in. You can think that. We can move
Okay.
on. Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
So do
just let my
you
previous message be my conclusion for that. And
okay,
then
sure. We
from
can move
there,
on.
I would just say that the is it the which path was that? Is it the Prada path? I'll just say that
Yeah,
this path of
you
pain
don't have to go
tainted.
into all of that. You don't have to go into all of that. I think I
Well,
won
that's
the
why I
point
brought
right
it up.
now, so I don't need to hear. Okay, yeah, sure. If this is his strongest attack, that is a contradiction. I don't care. Okay, so
No, I'm
you
saying it being his strongest attack. That's not the contradiction I'm trying to propose.
yeah, I'm saying that like if this is his strongest attack, I'll agree to
I
all
was
your
going to
reasoning
lead
before
into the
you even say
contradiction.
it. Yeah, I'm saying you don't have to because
I do have to.
if you did win this point, I'll just accept that my statement is contradicted. I don't even have to hear
No,
your reasoning.
Paige, this isn't the
Okay,
contradiction I'm showing you.
okay, listen to what I'm about to say. Like, listen carefully. I'm saying if you did win this point, and this is his most powerful jutsu, right? Then I'll accept the statement would be contradicted, which is your entire premise for this point. So I don't even have to hear your reasoning because I think I won this point. I don't think anything you say matters. I'll give
Paige,
you
if
the
you
benefit
think
of the
you've
doubt
won
if
the
you do
point,
win this point. Yes.
this
So can we move on?
yeah, this isn't the contradiction I'm showing you. This is the
I don't need to see a contradiction. I'll just
you
accept
do
it to be
have to
true,
because I'm trying to
assuming
refute.
you won the point. Oh my
I'm
god.
trying to
Okay,
refute
chat.
your
If
stand.
you understand what I'm saying, can you type it in chat? Because I just don't want
Mhm.
him to waste my time.
I know. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, Tenshu.
Hold on. Okay. So
He's
you're
saying
trying to use.
Alright.
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
hold on. The
Hold
judge is
on.
talking.
Hold
Let
on.
him talk. The
You're
judge
trying
is
to
talking. Let
use.
him talk.
You're trying to use this Jiraiya scan, and then the translation to say that his ninjutsu are stronger than A's. Therefore, they're stronger than his lightning cloak. And then A above Naruto, above KCM Naruto, above Sage Mode Naruto. I said that's contradictory. Do you know why? You said why. That's what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah, now I'm saying I know where you're gonna go with this, and since I think I've already
I
won
don't
the
think
point,
you do.
I don't think it matters. I'm saying
I'm going to get
whatever
into
you're
it
gonna
anyway.
say,
I don't care.
whatever you're gonna say.
I'm going to
Okay,
get into
we
it anyway.
agreed to a judge,
I'm going to get
retard.
into it
If you're
anyway.
not gonna listen to him, there's no
I'm
point of
going
continuing
to
this
get
debate.
into it anyway. I want to
I
establish.
don't think you. I don't think you have to. I'm saying that, like,
I
okay,
think I do.
I'm literally saying if you won this point, I'll give you
I know
everything
what you're
else
saying,
you were about
Paige. I
to
want
say.
to
So
establish
why
the
are you going
contradiction.
to the point? You're wasting my time.
I'm trying to establish the contradiction.
Okay, say it in a few sentences. I don't want anything else.
Okay, so this Path of Pain tanks this massive Rasengan, and then Naruto one-shots that same Path of Pain with just a punch. So
Wow.
Jiraiya having a greater AP than Naruto through A is contradictory.
Yeah, assuming you won the point, I already like destroyed that interpretation. We can move on. That's cool.
I'm gonna send the scans. Hold on.
What is wrong with this guy? Oh my god.
Me wanting to prove my claim is perfectly fine, Paige.
No, it's not. If I'm saying that, like, I'll accept
It's
it,
not.
assuming you won the point. Oh my god. Okay, send the scans and we can move on.
Win that point, that doesn't prove the contradiction that I claim.
I'm saying that, like, I will let it
I don't
do
care
that.
what you're saying. I want to prove the contradiction.
Listen, retard, if I give you a point in the debate, that means I gave you a point. So I'm saying that, like, okay, if you did, like, win the Rasengan thing is what?
If you give me a point, you give me a point. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Well, if it's that simple, why are you struggling to understand?
I'm not finished.
Oh my god. You sent your scans.
I'm not done. This is the first one.
Oh my god. Okay, keep sending. Even Chax understood.
That's Rasengan, and then proceeds to absorb it, but that point's not relevant. The point here is that it tanks it, touches it.
And then stage mode Naruto punches it. You already said that.
Hold on.
I don't care if you like the sound of your voice. You said everything you need to say. You said everything you need to say. You said it already.
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'll say it for you. I'll say it to prove you said it. You said that, like, Sage Mode Naruto can one-shot the same path that can tank the Rasengan. Did you hear what I just said?
Hold on. I'm just going to send you a scan.
This nigga just loves the
sound. Like, you keep interrupting me when I'm trying to establish the contradiction. Like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Me and the judge have already agreed that I'm making sense. You're just, like, mentally stupid. Like, I can't help that.
You're fucking retarded. So here's the scan where Naruto one-shots it with a punch. And then the scan afterward is completely immobilized. It's just on the ground drooling. So from here, I would just say that Sage Mode Naruto has a greater AP than Sage Mode Jiraiya. And if that's the case, then Jiraiya having greater AP than this Naruto through A is contradictory.
That's very nice. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's for that. That's the contradiction.
Okay. Now, do you have any other problem with my scaling, or do you think you've defeated it with this contradiction?
Well, the only scaling you brought up so far is this statement, and I think I've refuted that. So.
Okay, I gave a line of. I showed you why it links to Naruto, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I think
you understand that, like, this is speed and AP though, right?
Yeah, I think I refuted it. Oh, so okay, speed.
Okay, just hold up. Listen, if you contradicted it for AP or speed, you defeat the whole thing. By the way, so do you think you've defeated the whole thing?
I think I defeated it for AP. I'll get into speed as well.
Oh my god! Listen, if you prove a statement is contradicted in any way, then I can't use that statement. You don't have to contradict it for both speed and AP.
I'm gonna get into speed anyway.
Oh my god!
Okay, and you're not gonna interrupt me. That's what we're gonna do.
Just get into speed and stop talking.
So stop
get into
talking.
Speed and stop wasting my time.
Finish.
No, you haven't even started the point, you retard. Get into it.
I just told you. I think I refuted AP. Let me get into speed.
Yeah, you said let me finish when you haven't started it. You're just stupid. You just continue.
Stop talking then, and I'll start.
Continue, bitch. I don't care.
Okay, bitch. Stop talking, bitch.
Use the same insult. You're a clown. You're a clown. Continue. You're a clown. Continue.
Shut up.
Continue, son.
Are you aware of the statement that Pain states that Naruto pushed him the farthest?
Yes, I've seen that statement.
Okay, so from here, I would just say, like, strength in conjunction with speed would lead to that conclusion. If he's too slow, he can't tag him. If he's too weak, he can't hurt him. So from there, I'll just say he's faster and stronger than Jiraiya.
Why? Or why does that like lead to what you're saying? You can push someone further without being the strongest.
If he's not fast enough to tag him and he's not strong enough to hurt him, then he wouldn't have pushed him the farthest.
Are you saying that like he scales the pain?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm
I mean,
telling
I
you, he
think that would
pushed
be the
him.
entailment of the statement. That's not what I'm
He's
arguing
saying that
specifically.
like he's saying that like he pushed him the furthest, right? Which would mean that like he's comparing it to other people. This means these other people have also pushed him, right? So it's just it
I'm
doesn't
not
matter.
saying Jiraiya didn't push Pain. I think Naruto pushed him more.
Okay, and I'm saying that like you don't have to be stronger and faster to push the person further. There could be other things that are
Based
taken
on
into
what?
account based on what. Okay, it could just be that like you don't try as much as the other person. It doesn't have to
Okay,
be
but
like
I'm
a
talking about in the
direct correlation
context of
to
the
you.
fight with Naruto. What did he do outside of punching and just attacking that
Okay,
Jiraiya did?
listen, they can both punch and kick. One can just try harder, therefore push him further. It doesn't mean that like one is stronger than the other.
I don't think Naruto trying harder would entail that he pushed him farther.
Okay, I've already explained it. We can move
Because
on.
if Naruto's weaker than Jiraiya, right, it wouldn't matter how hard he went because he just wouldn't scale there anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, listen to what I'm saying, right? Let's
I
say
know
one
that's what it
person,
said.
let's say character A is stronger than character B. Character A fights for 5 minutes, then just gives up. Character B just like fights the whole
Yeah,
time,
I
right?
don't care about
And
any of
pushes
this.
him the further, right? Even though he's weaker. So I'm saying that like just pushing someone further doesn't mean you're stronger than everyone else that has pushed him to a
Why
certain
would
amount.
character B have pushed him in the first place? What did he do?
Okay, but you've already agreed that Jiraiya also pushed him. So what you're saying right now does
Yeah,
not
I
make
agree
sense.
that Jiraiya pushed Pain, but I think Naruto pushed him farther.
Oh my
All
god! I explained why. I explained why that doesn't necessitate like greater AP and
I
speed.
think it
If
does.
that's all you have to say, we can move on.
Do you understand what I said previously when I
I
said if he's not
understand what you said, and if I
hold on,
didn't
if he's not
understand it, I'll ask
no,
the
just
point.
tell me yes or no if you understand this, okay? If he's not fast enough, he can't tag him. If he's not strong enough, he can't hurt him.
Strong enough in comparison to who?
All the people that Pain is talking about who pushed him.
Okay, okay. I already given like a way they can push him without being like stronger and
I
faster.
don't
So
think you did. You said this A and B thing. You said A gave up after 5 minutes and then B pushed him farther, but you didn't explain how.
I don't have to explain how. I'm just giving you a way in which that like I can follow the premise of the statement and lead to a different conclusion where what you're trying to claim doesn't have to
I'll
be the
say it's
case.
not
It's that
analogous
simple.
because they didn't give up at all. So I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know what that
they
is.
don't. You think it's not analogous because they didn't give up? That doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
saying
not
that like
analogous. You
I
gave
just
an
said that.
example where character
I
A
gave that
gives up
as an
after
example.
five
You're
minutes.
focusing on the wrong thing. The thing that you should be focusing on is one person can just try harder than the other. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I refuted that by saying it wouldn't matter how hard Naruto pushes him or tries if he just doesn't scale above all these other people.
Okay.
If he's
It
weaker
does
than
because he can
Jiraiya,
just try harder than Jiraiya. That's all that really matters.
yeah, but you understand how that wouldn't work if it doesn't affect Pain, if he doesn't scale to Pain or
Okay.
above these other
Do you
individuals.
agree that they both like? Do you think that like they both weaker than Pain?
Hmm?
Do you think that both Sage Mode, Jiraiya, and Naruto are weaker than Pain?
I think Naruto scales to like a stronger Pain.
No, you didn't okay, address what I just said. You
That's
just
my
made it in
answer.
your argument, which I won't address. But I just said, do you think they're both weaker than pain, like the strongest form of pain?
I mean, I don't think that's relevant. I don't know.
Okay, so then they don't have to scale. You don't have to scale to someone to push them further than someone that's just not strong. Like it doesn't matter.
Hmm?
You don't have to push. You don't have to like scale to pain just to push him further than other people. That's not a necessity. I don't know why you're trying to argue that.
I think
There's
he
nothing to
scales to
justify
Pain
that.
to a greater extent.
Okay, or why?
Yeah, off that statement. If he, like I said,
Okay.
if he's not
I've
fast
already
enough to
explained
tag
why
him,
this doesn't have to be speed and AP. It could be other factors like one person just tries more. For example, like let's say you're in a debate, right? And then like one person gives 50 arguments, the other person only gives 10 and then just gives up. That doesn't mean that like the person that gave 50 arguments is better, but they would have pushed the person more since they're forcing him to address more things. Like I can't make this
trying,
any more simpler.
Paige, trying harder doesn't entail that they were pushed.
Okay, I'm just saying it can. Like I don't know
I
what's
can
wrong with
try
you.
harder against somebody and just get bodied.
Okay,
That
that's
doesn't
just
lead
like
to the
that's just a
conclusion.
possibility. You giving me another possibility doesn't contradict what I just said. Like
Paige,
they're
I'm
both
saying that
possible.
the
Both
argument
scenarios are
you're
possible.
making isn't analogous. It
It
doesn't
is,
lead to that
it is,
conclusion.
because you're still saying
It's
that like
not.
okay, just because you try harder doesn't mean you have to push them further. And I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just saying it's possible. Like I'm just saying this is a possible thing, and if you
I
can't
don't care
dismiss
if
this
it's possible.
possibility, if you can't dismiss this possibility, then your statement just doesn't stand, since this contingency hasn't been justified.
Why should I give a fuck about a possibility?
What do you say?
Why should I give a fuck about a possibility?
Because you're saying this is the case. You're saying this is necessarily the case.
I think
If
no.
I
I think that's most
no, it's
probably
not
the case.
necessarily okay. And if I can give a different possibility and you can't prove yours over mine, then your statement
What?
doesn't
No,
go
no,
through.
no, no, no. You need to prove yours to mine. What are you talking
No,
about?
I don't. It's your claim,
Yes,
bro.
you
You can't.
do.
If you bring something forth and I bring something else, and you can't prove yours is over mine, then that means your statement hasn't gone through. It's your claim. Like
I don't
I don't
have
know
to
what's so
prove
hard to
mine above
understand about
yours.
this.
You're contesting mine.
I'm
You're trying to.
contesting yours. Yeah,
You're trying.
I'm just
Yeah, you're
giving
trying
a
to
different.
refute
Okay,
mine.
listen to what I'm saying. I'm just
I
giving an
know what you're
alternative
saying. You're
possibility,
wrong.
right? And if yours is not above mine, that means you haven't fulfilled what you need to.
No, Paige, that is not how it works at all.
Okay, we
If I
can move on. I've
hold on.
explained this.
If I present an argument and you're trying to refute this argument, defeat this argument, just inserting this completely random, unfounded possibility that you can't substantiate on doesn't defeat my argument.
Okay,
If you're
so
going off of your line of logic, you can insert any possibility, regardless of probability or evidence towards that conclusion, and I don't refute every single one of these possibilities, I lose. That's not how it fucking works. You're trying
okay,
to refute me. I'm not
okay.
refuting you.
Okay, I'll just explain why you're wrong, right? If you bring up a different possibility when I'm making a statement, I'm just gonna say, okay, my possibility is stronger than yours, and give evidence because that's what you usually do.
So why is it?
If you bring up, oh, I'm saying if I make a statement, okay, so if I make a statement and claim something, and someone says, oh, why can't it just be this? I'll explain why mine is the most likely and probable thing by justifying what I'm saying. Secondly, I'm not
I have to call
defeating
you a
yours.
retard.
Hold up,
That's
hold
not
up,
how it works.
hold up, hold up. Hold up.
I know
Secondly,
what you're
I'm
saying.
not defeating yours. I'm not defeating yours by giving like a
Oh, you're
counterclaim.
not.
I'm just
Okay,
saying,
so you just
hold up. Let me talk. Let me talk. I'm saying that like, okay, I can bring up something else, right? If you can't justify your interpretation to be above mine, then you just can't
No,
claim what you're trying to
babe.
claim.
No, because you're trying to defeat my argument. I'm not
Oh,
defeating
I
your
just explained the
random
way I'm
baseless
defeating it.
possibility.
Okay. If you just
If you
can't
don't
prove
defeat
your
and attack my
interpretation
argument
above
that
mine,
I'm
we can
claiming
just
to be
move on.
probable, then you don't defeat it. This point would
Okay.
go through.
You have to prove that what you're trying to say is better than what I'm trying to say. It's your claim. Like, do you not understand what a burden of proof is?
Yours is unfounded.
Okay, why is yours more founded than mine? That's what I'm asking.
That Naruto was scale higher than Jiraiya?
Yeah, why have you justified the
Yeah.
statement
So
and
I
your
brought up
interpretation
AP.
to be more founded than
Yeah.
mine?
So
No, I'm saying this specific statement you brought up about him
yeah,
being
I know.
pushed the furthest. Yeah.
Mhm.
Why have
Yeah.
you justified your interpretation of it to be above mine?
Yeah. So if he's not fast enough to tag him, he's not strong enough to hurt him, then he wouldn't push him farther.
Okay, and I explained why strength and speed aren't the only things that are like important
You
in
can
the
use things like
hold up. I'm not done talking.
you can
Okay.
use things like
No, I'm
tact.
not done talking. Listen,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
care.
saying that
I
like
know what
I'm
you're saying.
saying that like strength and speed aren't the only things that can be used to push someone further. The more you try is actually also a factor. Okay.
I don't think.
If you
Yeah,
can't
I don't think
understand this,
trying
then
harder entails that they're getting pushed farther. They could just not
oh
be
my
getting pushed
god.
at all.
Okay. I've explained this multiple times. We can move on. You're just wasting my time at this point.
So I'll just conclude there. Through this statement, I argue that Naruto would scale higher than Jiraiya off the basis that if he's not strong enough to hurt him, fast enough to tag him, and he wouldn't have pushed him farther. They tried to say, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that he has greater stats or certain things that could push him farther. I don't think he really said why. He gave this weird analogy to where someone gives up after 5 minutes. I don't think that was analogous at all. He didn't give anything in the context of the Naruto fight that would have like refuted what I was saying, which was like punches and attacks and whatnot. So stats. I agree that there's certain things like hacks which would make it easier to push someone farther, like Genjutsu in Jiraiya's case. But he didn't bring that up at all, and there was nothing in the Naruto's example that was relevant to that point. So he tried to make this weird possibility argument saying if I don't establish mine above his, which was unfounded to begin with, therefore I lose. Um, I said, going off of this line of logic, you can insert any random possibility, and if I don't refute this possibility, then I would lose the point. So yeah, I just think he's misinformed on how like possibilities work and whatnot, probability. So from there, I'll just
You guys need a judgment on that? 'Cause that was
I don't care. Is Paige not going to conclude?
Oh,
that,
okay.
that was the
So
most stupid back and forth ever, dude. Oh my god.
okay, so I'm just gonna conclude by saying that like,
Oh, go ahead.
hold up, which point are we concluding on? Are we concluding on the statement you brought up about being pushed further? Okay, so I said that like he's interpreting the scan to mean that like since Naruto pushed him the furthest, he's definitely stronger. I'm saying, okay, that is not. Hold up, I'm saying, okay, no, that is not true. You don't interrupt someone in their conclusion.
Yeah,
Is the judge listening to the point?
You don't reference another person in your conclusion. Conclude on your point, idiot.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about how I won the point.
Yeah, you're talking about how you won the point. Exactly. Don't bring up him.
I have to bring up the arguments that he like put in the debate. Are you retarded?
No, you're fucking strawman. That's what it is. Don't claim I said definitive. I didn't say that.
Okay, listen. The point
That's
of
the
a
exact
conclusion
reason why you
is to
don't
give
strawman,
your
bitch.
take on the point. All right. So if you're just not gonna let me give my take on the point, you're just compromising the dialectic at this point. Like I don't know what you think debates
You
work.
give your take. You don't give your take on his end because that's something he said.
Bro, who even are you? Nobody asked you to come in and speak. All right. So I'm gonna give my conclusion.
No, that's not a refutation. Don't pull that. That just proved you wrong. Just continue. Like
No, because I'm debating someone else. I don't care to justify it to you.
oh my god.
Let's continue, Paige.
Okay. Now go on mute. All right. So as I was saying, right, he gave an interpretation to this guy, and I gave a different interpretation, right? And then I said that okay, if you can't prove that like your interpretation of the scan is above mine, then you just can't make the claim you're trying to make. And I explained that that's how debates work, and that like you have to dismiss possibilities. Otherwise, I could make any claim and then like just not justify it, right? And then like he tried to say that like that doesn't work since you can bring up any possibility, right? And you have the other person would have to dismiss all of them, and he didn't even explain why like there's anything wrong with that, right? So he just like repeated what I said. So I think I was able to show that like my interpretation would be equal to his at that point, since he can't justify his being above mine. Therefore, his claim just doesn't go through. So I think I won that point.
Are you done with that?
Yeah.
You strawman me like 4 fucking times. Okay, so yeah, from there, I think I've already established his AP to be greater, and then from that pain statement, I think it'd be faster as well. Is there anything else you have? Because you're the one to introduce your scaling. So is that your only argument? That
Yeah,
other
I've
statement?
already explained my argument.
Is that your only argument? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's both for speed and AP.
Okay. Are you aware of the
Hold up.
statement?
Didn't you just bring up your AP scaling, like with this
No, I already did. That was earlier. Yeah, that was
So
with the master thing. And Naruto one tapping the Path of Bang. So.
Okay, so do you have speed scaling? Because you said you have to justify speed or whatever.
Yeah, I think I already did with that previous argument.
Okay, so is that everything you argued?
No, I was asking if you're aware of the surpass statement that's made from Pa.
Okay, yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. From there, I'll just say Naruto surpasses Jiraiya. Do you have any issues with that? Just in terms of stats.
It surpasses him in what sense?
Stats.
Yeah, I'd have an issue with that. I don't think it's stats.
Okay, why?
Okay, you said you think it's stats. I don't think so. Show me that it's stats.
Okay, sure. You know what chapter it is? I think it's like, actually, no, I don't even know what it is. Does anybody know what chapter Naruto fights Pain?
What are you looking for?
Naruto like grabs a rhino and fucking throws it.
Okay.
Hmm? What was that?
430s.
Yeah, I don't hear you, big dog. I don't know what you said. It was like muffled.
He said 430.
Okay. I don't know why, but manga C isn't loading.
Okay, so you're just not gonna be able to prove it.
No, I can definitely find it. Hold on.
Go on a different website.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's just not loading at all.
It's actually the beginning of 431.
Nothing.
Mm.
Can somebody give me that scan?
Yeah, I won't send through Discord, but look at your Instagram DMs.
Can you send me the or at least confirm to me that the pause statement's made after this? Like show me the lines of scans that show what I'm claiming. Okay, so here's the scan where Naruto throws the fucking rhino.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I'm
Wait,
trying
when
to
is
make
any?
sure. I'm trying to confirm that the pause statement's made after this.
Okay, what are you trying to say? I
I'm
don't.
saying that Naruto be stronger than Jiraiya here.
Why you saying the statement is in reference to stats because he threw a rhino?
Yeah, it's like a strength feat.
Fucking picked up a rhino.
He picked that shit up and just chunked it.
Okay.
I can't even check. Like my Wi-Fi is just being really fucking weird right now. I don't know why.
Fucking rhino, bro. What the fuck?
You want me to just steal man that like this happened before the statement so we can like get somewhere.
Well, no, because then you just retract it. It's just a temporary agreement. So I want to ensure that I can prove this is the case.
Draco's here.
Why is my shit being so fucking slow? Does nobody have that scan? I think it's just the website that's getting fucked up. I think it's just
I'm grabbing it right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just Manga C being stupid. It says host error.
I
So.
finally found it. I got you in Instagram DMs.
Okay. Send it over. Cool. This is. Oh, okay. This is after he. Okay, after he one shots the osteopath. Okay. See, I was mistaken, but technically I was still correct because it's after an AP feat. So. So here's Naruto one-shotting the Asura with the Rasengan. And then here's Pa saying he surpassed his predecessors. So yeah, from here I'll just say
Okay.
Naruto stronger than
I'll
Jiraiya.
just give my interpretation of this scan. Okay, so I don't think the fact that this happens in a fight matters because like they're shinobi, they're always fighting. So like most statements will be made in the middle of the fight, right? And my interpretation of this is just in reference to Naruto surpassing his predecessors, like as a shinobi, right? Because like there's a whole statement by Jiraiya saying that like what it takes to be a great shinobi. I'll send them all in scans, right? He's like a shinobi is someone who doesn't. He's the one who endures and doesn't give up, right? So if like Naruto is pushing pain or whatever and is trying his hardest to protect the village and he's not giving up, then that would just mean that like he fits this aspects of being like a great shinobi, right?
Yeah, that's
If
not what's
Ma and
happening.
Pa hold up, so if Ma and Pa are associated with Jiraiya and they think that like okay he surpassed him, right? The fact that it happens in a fight doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean there's a correlation.
Okay,
Okay,
so for
so that's
one,
my
that's not what's happening here. This is Naruto arriving to fight Pain, so there's no giving up or anything yet. He hasn't even fought Pain really. He just got there, um, so it would be in response to this.
Okay, so you said he just got there, right? But you saw the scan of him throwing a rhino, right? So he's actually done things. Or it could just be
Yeah, I
the
think
fact that,
yeah,
like, hold up, it could just be the fact that, like, he's trying to protect the village in the first place. Then, so he's just doing all of this for the village, right? And then we see that this pans out, and he ends up like saving the village and all that. So it would, so like the outcome of this fight definitely does like
yeah.
fulfill
No,
my interpretation.
did you see the scan where he one shots the Asura with the Rasengan?
Yeah, what about
All
that?
right. So this is him arriving to fight Pain.
Okay, I already said why that doesn't matter because it could just be like the fact that he's willing to protect the village would
No, and
lead
then
us to the
in
conclusion
response
that he
to
wants to
this,
be a better shinobi.
no, because in response to this, Pa says that he surpassed his predecessors.
Okay, and I'm saying
There's
as a
nothing about
shinobi.
giving up or persevering here. This is just him getting to Pain.
Okay, he's protecting the village. Then they say he surpassed his predecessors. It could just be like them as a shinobi. So I don't think it has to be strength.
Based on what?
Okay, you gave your interpretation. I gave mine. What do you mean based on
Right.
what?
I'm saying that
I
yours is
gave
just
my
unfounded.
justification. Okay, I gave my justification. He's protecting the village.
That was your premise, was it not?
No, I'm saying, okay, you're saying that like this is in
Oh, I
reference
know what you're saying. So you're saying
okay.
that he surpasses Jiraiya as a shinobi off the basis that he protects the village.
I'm saying so what we know that he's doing at the time is protecting the village. So if that's when the statement is made, it can just mean that like he surpassed Jiraiya and Minato as a shinobi. It doesn't have to
You
be
don't.
that.
I'm here.
Right.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. Right. Paige,
I'm
but
here.
your
What's up,
basis for
Go
that,
ahead.
right, is that he's protecting the village.
Well, what did you say?
Okay, so your premise here is right. He surpasses Jiraiya and Minato as shinobi, and
Yes,
then
that's my interpretation.
your basis for that is that he's protecting the village.
Yeah.
Right. You don't think Jiraiya has protected the village?
Okay, but then there's obviously going to be different levels of extent, right? Like the same way you're saying that like it's in reference to stats, he surpassed them, right? Jiraiya also felt pain, so I can just say, well, how do we know he surpassed them in that case, right? So we're using the statement to get the
Hold
only
on,
way
hold on.
we can come
No,
to
I'm just
our
asking what you mean.
conclusions is based on the statement, okay? So I don't know why
No,
you're
I'm
asking that.
asking what you mean. You kind of like spoke really fast. Just
Okay,
hold on.
so I'm saying that like none of us can say that he surpassed them
I think we
just by
can.
what they've done without using the statement itself. I'm just giving my interpretation
No,
to the statement. I don't have
no,
to prove that he's done this outside of the statement. No, I'm just saying that's what the statement is saying.
right. You know who's making the statement, right?
Yeah, Ma and Pa.
Yeah, and you're aware that they fought alongside Jiraiya against Pain, so they'd have like in-depth understanding of how strong he is, what he's
Yeah,
capable
they,
of.
they they also like walked around with Jiraiya all the time. They trade him. They would know how capable he is as a shinobi too. So I don't think that helps you.
What do you mean capable as a shinobi?
I don't know. I can't like quantify some shinobi stuff. I'm just saying that like this is what the statement is saying. If they've been around him all the time, they know how he is as a shinobi, right?
Is he around him all the time?
He's been around them enough. If he's like fighting pain
No, that's not
just
what
to
you
gather
said.
intel, hold up. If he's fighting pain to gather intel for the village, then they know how he is as a shinobi, right? He even goes in a whole monologue about how he's not the prophecy child and all that. So like his fight with pain definitely does have some impact on his standing as a shinobi.
I don't think any of this is relevant. I don't see what you're getting at here.
Okay, I've already like.
I'm gonna try and restate it just to make sure that I understand and you understand. Your premise here is that Naruto surpassed or could have just surpassed Jiraiya in terms of being a shinobi on the
Yes.
basis that he's protecting the village. You then agree that Jiraiya also protected the village. So I don't see how this leads to that.
Wait,
Yeah,
am I
and I'm
judging
saying
this?
no.
Am I judging this?
Traxxas. No,
Shaxx is
Traxxas.
just
Yeah, that nigga incompetent. I'm gonna judge this instead. I got you.
no.
The kid is available if I'm not, though.
Oh no, no.
No.
I don't think Tenshu wants the kid to judge after that debate.
I don't think it matters what he wants. I mean, when we're talking about rape, it just happens for real.
That's true.
I mean, I've been here the whole time.
Thank you.
Oh, Mookie, you're willing to judge? Bet. All right, Mookie got it.
What the?
I mean, I did violate Tenshu in DMs before, so he might not want me. I think.
Oh yeah, and in the group chat as well. Yeah, in the group
you were
chat.
there for that.
Paige
Right?
That was
is willing
bad.
to vouch.
Okay, we can do all this little joking shit at the end where we can just lie about
Yeah,
random.
yeah. We can do this at the end. We can do
Don't
this at
do
the end.
that now. Let's finish the debate first, okay? Because I'm not going to entertain this bullshit with you, Draco, the kid, 1125. I'm not here for that. Don't waste my fucking time with this shit, Paige. You know that.
That's crazy. I said that a few times. I don't care.
Right, I'm just saying, don't entertain
Paige, he's not here
I
for
just
fun.
told
He's here
them.
for serious, bro. This is an internet debate. You're trying to have
I
fun
just
with the
told them we
internet
can
debate.
do it
What
at
the
the
fuck
end,
is wrong
Tenshu.
with you,
Calm
bro?
down.
Bro, can y'all hurry up?
I am
All right,
calm.
hold up. Give me a
Just don't
second.
do
Give me a
this.
second.
Like,
I
this
need
is
to get the
100%
charger. Hold up.
serious.
Hmm?
This is 100% serious.
Draco, relax. Tenshu might hurt you.
Bro, this is
Serious.
no laughing matter. This is an internet debate. Let's get it on the road.
No, I just want this to finish. You can make jokes and shit all you want at the end, just not right now.
Bro,
That's
nobody is joking here. This is an internet debate. I'd appreciate it if you could show some maturity, Keenan, and appreciate the seriousness of the situation we're in right now. Thanks.
I'm
My
perfectly
nigga,
fine with this.
shut
This
the
is just
fuck
like a
up,
casual
bitch.
debate with
Let,
both
let,
Paige.
let the debate continue.
All right. Everyone, relax. Okay, so I've given my interpretation. Have you like taken enough time to understand it, or should I give you your
Yeah, I
opinion?
understand it. I just don't think it leads to the conclusion you
Can
think
I
it does.
get Paige's interpretation?
No, I don't want you to help him understand my interpretations. I think that's kind of like amping him. Just let him.
No, I
let him
understand what
speak
you're
with-
saying. I just don't think you've justified it leading to that conclusion.
Okay, are you actually gonna explain why, or just like give that opinion?
Yeah, I think I did, but I'll say it again. So your premise
No,
here
no,
is
no,
that
hold up. I heard what you said. I thought you just like talking. Okay, we can move on.
what?
We can move on. I heard you said it. You said you already said it, right? I heard everything you said. I thought you just like gonna give an extra explanation since you like talking about. But
Did you just say you didn't hear it, or
no, I did hear what you said. I just said, do you have anything else
did
to
you
say?
provide a
And
refutation?
you said you're gonna repeat it. Yes, I heard your refutation to it, and I've already said that like this is just my interpretation and that's yours. I've justified why mine would be at the very least equal to yours, right? If you think you've like proven my interpretation is bad, we can move on.
You want to conclude on this point?
Sure. Okay. So Tenchi brought up the statement of him surpassing Naruto and using the fact that it's a fight to say that like, okay, it would be in reference to stats. And I said it being a fight doesn't matter. The shinobi, they fight all the time. Any statement made is most likely going to be in a fight. So I don't think that has any relevance to the actual statement. Then I brought up the fact that like it can just be in reference to Naruto surpassing them as a shinobi, right? And then I give all these like supporting evidences of like the fact that he's saving the village and enduring all of that, right? And then I gave Jiraiya's interpretation of what a shinobi is to support why this would be him
And evidences you
doing
fucking
good as a shinobi, right? So I think I was able to justify why my interpretation would be at the very least equal to his. Therefore, his like argument just doesn't fall through since I was able to give an equal interpretation. You can go.
Okay, sure. So Paige strawman me for one. He tried to say that I was using it as a fight, as a justification. That wasn't what I was claiming at all. I said Naruto performs an AP feat. He one-shots the Path with the Rasengan, and in response, Paul says that he surpassed his predecessors. From there, I said that Naruto surpassed him in AP. What else did you say? I just fucking forgot. You brought up this weird, like, this could just be in the context as a shinobi. He just surpasses Jiraiya as a shinobi. And his basis for that was that he's protecting the village. But then he conceded that Jiraiya also protected the village. So I don't see how that leads to that conclusion. He brought up this weird Ma and Pa argument. He said that he's around them all the time. And I said he is. And he's like, well, he's around them enough. So just right there, he concedes his original claims that he's around them all the time. He claimed he's around them enough. I don't think he demonstrated that at all. He gave the pain fight as an example. I don't think he explain that argument at all. There's no evidence for that at all. He just kind of said it. Um, so yeah, I think them having intel on Jiraiya in fighting Pain would just give further credence to this argument that he knows how strong Jiraiya is in comparison to Naruto. So, and I brought that up as well. So from there, I'll just say Naruto surpasses Jiraiya here. So, yeah.
Tetsuya, can you stop being a goon in chat? Like retarded. Okay. So, is there anything else I need to go over? I'm hoping this wasn't your only argument. Like, come on, you can come up
I
with
gave
something else.
3 arguments.
Okay, if that's everything, we can just conclude the whole debate if you want to.
Hold on. Let me see if I have any other arguments. I don't think I do.
Go on, scroll through your DMs.
Man, fuck that. I'm ready to judge right now. Mookie won because he was the most convincing person here.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not the red teams again.
I can't judge
Wait,
right now.
Draco, that sounds like Troy. That sounds like what Troy said about Johnny.
Oh no,
Hold on.
Draco, I hope
Why
you
was
went.
he more convincing?
Draco,
Why
I
was he
hope
more
you went
convincing?
reference
This is a
Troy right there.
persuasion
That would be
battle.
nice.
This is a persuasion battle. You need to persuade me that you won, and I'm
Oh
just
my
gonna say
God,
right now, the
bro.
only person capable of that right here is Mookie.
Yeah, unironically, like no jokes, like that was the most like stupid reasoning I've ever heard Troy use in my life. That was great.
Paige, I think that's all.
It was the persuasion.
Okay, hold up. Tenshu, did you say something?
I said I think that's all the arguments I need.
Okay, Chax, can you just type your?
No,
If you
definitely
remember all
need
the
some
points,
more.
Chax, just type or speak what your like verdict is.
I would prefer to listen to the recording before I give a judgment.
That's fine.
Okay.
Here's my judgment. Since Draco and since also Coconut, they're both goats. They easily won this debate. He
Yeah, I think your mother.
both of their opponents. It was kind of a no diff. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Both of y'all were